Hello and welcome to the third part of this series on authentic social skills. So today I'm going to explain how to deal with people who make mean comments, insult you, or put you down in a social situation. So these are actually tests, and they're known by a range of names such as authenticity tests, shit tests, congruence tests, confidence tests, and so on. So when we're socializing and someone appears to have the most confidence, others in the group will naturally wonder if that confidence is real or is it just a front? Because in this world it's actually extremely easy to lie. Words and the way in which they're said have been used for thousands of years to try to cheat the natural process of things and gain power, leverage, or even attraction. We all instinctively know this, and we've evolved to test for such behaviour and root it out quickly. This usually takes the form of a sharp comment or a put down directed at a part of you that the other person is suspicious you're not being authentic about. This tests, are you truly confident and comfortable in your own skin, or are you pretending to be someone that you're not? The subconscious of the person who's testing you is not actually looking for the words you say. They're actually scanning your micro expressions for an instinctive response, a flinch, as it were, to see if you're affected emotionally. For example, say you're a sensitive person and you've been teased about it ever since a young age, and therefore you've developed an insecurity about it. The other person might say, haha, you're so sensitive. You seem like the kind of person that would cry at a party. The way to visualize this test is to imagine the insecurity as a broken leg that you're trying to hide. A quick tap with a hammer will cry out instinctively in pain. You can't hide it. So many people, when confronted with such a test, will get reactive and angry and say, I'm not sensitive, or throw an insult back. When you respond like this, you've already failed, because the fact that you were emotionally affected shows your confidence was clearly not real. You're clearly insecure, and you've got parts of yourself that you're hiding. You can be so easily brought down by such a little comment. Additional social skills advice is to take such a comment and exaggerate or amplify into absurdity, or to throw back a clever response. For example, well, if I'm so sensitive, you should buy me a drink to cheer me up. These are both not good advice for two reasons. First, if you really are insecure about being sensitive and wish you were tougher, you will be emotionally affected in that moment. Secondly, once you're affected emotionally, it's going to be very hard to throw back a clever response. Because these tests are not predictable in advance, it's not that you can memorize responses to the next one. And even if you say the right words, the likelihood of controlling all of your micro expressions and delivering the clever line in exactly the right way is almost zero. You might pass halfway, but still subcommunicate that you've been affected, which the other person will subconsciously pick up. Unless you pass cleanly, tests will actually increase until you eventually crack. You need to understand that what's going on here beneath the surface is not a logical verbal exchange. What's happening in these moments is on a much deeper level. It's primal. It's about subcommunication, not the words you say or even how you say them. And this is also what's known as a frame battle. Frame is simply the window through which we see and interpret reality. In every social interaction, frames are constantly colliding. The person with the strongest frame is not the one with the cleverest words, actually the one who's reacting the least. Whoever reacts more loses control of the frame. So if you're working through a front, pretending to be someone you're not, you will always fall into other people's frames because your foundation isn't solid. If you don't truly believe what you say, why would other people? Frames also play directly into whatever it is that you're suppressing. The more insecurities you're hiding, the more easily a single comment can emotionally hijack you. So there's actually only one solution to this, and that's complete and utter self-acceptance and then authenticity. As long as there's a part of you that you're hiding and suppressing, a part of you that you're defending against, a part of you that you're insecure about, you haven't fully accepted, will always be susceptible to failing these tests. As long as you believe that you're not enough as you are and then try to be someone you're not, will always fail. So the answer to passing these tests is not about technique, nor is it about saying the right thing. It's about first confronting your insecurities, reintegrating all of the parts of yourself that you've suppressed since childhood. So if you are a sensitive person, for example, rather than pretending you're not, the answer is to truly accept that you actually are a sensitive person with all the pros and cons of being sensitive, but it doesn't define your worth. Being human is already enough. Once you've done this and reintegrated that part of yourself, comments and insults directed sharply at what the other person believes to be your insecurity truly don't affect you. When you're unaffected in that moment, however you respond will already be right, whether you exaggerate and amplify, throw back a clever comment, or even just smile and move on, because the subcommunication, what the other person's nervous system is actually reading, will be clean. So the answer is be truly authentic, accept every part of yourself, even the suppressed parts and hidden parts, and gradually demask and bring them all back. Stay congruent with who you truly are and what you value. When you operate from that place, people adapt to you, not the other way around. And the strongest frame is authenticity. If you like these videos and you're finding them helpful, please do like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me a lot when you do that. I plan to release many more videos on authentic social skills where we'll go a lot deeper into the mechanisms of socializing and how to become the best version of yourself. If you follow my channel, my aim is to teach you how to do the inner work necessary to become brilliant at socializing in any situation, to no longer need alcohol or external validation in order to be the most confident person in the room.